we are in the hotel the night before the game. All right, we were sitting in the meal room. They got college football on the night before games, right, on the big screen while we're eating our meal. And when I tell you that everybody is in that meal room, dialed in, in watching Colorado versus Colorado State.
Exactly.
Like, and they're literally like jumping at every single little play to start that game. Like, it was as if we're watching the Super Bowl. What's up, guys? Welcome back to another edition of the Warner House, presented by 33rd Team. I'm your host, Fred Warner. As you know, we are coming off a huge win in LA against the Rams. We are now 2-0 to start the season on the road, by the way, which is incredible. That's exactly how you draw it up. 1-0 in the division. Very, very great start to the season. But we will talk more about that game a little later on. As you can probably see, my beautiful and wonderful wife is not here with us at the Warner home or Warner house today. She is currently on her way back home from Alabama, and it has been a long 2 weeks for her as we've been on the road, so I'm very happy that she's going to be back soon. But for now, man, oh man, I cannot wait for this one, folks. I think this will be a fan favorite, to say the least. We have our very first guest of the first season of the Warner House here with us today. This is a fifth-year linebacker out of Tucson, Arizona. Went to Arizona University, bear down. And we will talk a little bit more about that. He's part of the best linebacking group of the entire world of the 49ers. Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Demetrius Flannigan Fowles. Everybody, give it up. Give it up. Let's pop it up. All right. Flan. Man, hey, welcome to the pod, baby. We're happy to have you.
Thanks for having me.
How you feeling, buddy? Big win you had yesterday.
Oh, yeah, feeling great. You know, coming off a big dub, obviously. It's always good it's a 2-for-1 divisional opponent and then NFC West opponent. So, you know, it's always good to beat the Rams.
It sure is. What? I think that is, huh? Yeah. So that's big time.
Nice.
I think what's interesting that just actually came to my mind is, people don't really know how diverse of a linebacking group that we have in terms of not even diverse on the field. I'm talking about diverse in life, right? All right. We like to dabble in different things off the field. You know what I'm saying? Flan, of course, is Flan is probably the most diverse of the group. So Flan, I want you to kind of tell the people some of the things that you like to do in your off time, off the field. Some of your interests aside from football, kind of just let the people know a little bit about who is Flan, by the way. Flan, that's your nickname. That's what we call you, Flan. Go ahead and tell people a little bit about yourself.
So, I mean, obviously, I'm Flan, and I like to describe myself as a real easygoing guy. You know, people think I'm goofy, and then I'm just this funny dude. But to be honest with y'all, I'm just a nice little calm and collected dude who just likes to, read people and read other people's faces and see how they go about their lives. And I like to comment a little bit if it's, or if it's, he's doing something well. So, I like to do that, man. I like to chill. I like to play video games, I do not like going outside as much. That's something that me and the old lady kind of butt heads at, but I like to cook on my spare time when I have time, and I just started taking pictures. So
is that right?
I do new. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's news to me.
Little photographer.
What you be taking pictures of?
Anything, just trees, people, cars.
I mean, you just
go
outside, so I'm thinking you over here taking pictures of your house or something.
Well, this is before the season, before we started training and everything.
Okay,
that's when I was
off-season activity.
Kind of that's just my off time type deal.
Okay, great. Yeah, no, that's awesome, man. We love that. We love just having a little life off the field. Obviously, me and Sydney love to do our thing off the field. We are actually big foodies as well, and I know that you yourself enjoy a little food.
Yes.
Now, I will say, for the people that don't know you as well as I know you, is you're a little bit picky.
Hmm.
You're a little bit more pickier when it comes to the
I'm
food
not. I
choices.
am not. I am not picky. I'm picky on desserts, and that's pretty much it. Literally, literally. I'm not a picky eater.
Okay. All right. Hey, listen, I didn't even have to say. All right, you said pickier with the desserts, so go ahead.
That's
I know
it.
we're not even talking about football. We're talking about literally flan
Okay.
and just
Yes.
kind of just some little okay. Talk to the people about the desserts. All right, I don't know what you
Okay. Listen. Listen.
desserts.
First and foremost. All right. Listen. Fruit and dessert do not go together. Like I don't understand why people get this misconception of I need to have a strawberry dipped in chocolate or I need to have some raspberry sauce on drizzle on top of my cake. Like that junk don't make no sense to me. And then we got the whole ice cream and cake deal that people like to do, the whole hot and cold. Like it makes no sense, bro. Like I don't get down with it at all. I still don't like it really grinds my gears,
Ice cream
as
and
people
cake,
like to call it.
that's the one that grinds your
It
gears?
doesn't go together. It doesn't go together. It doesn't go. Literally, I tried it a couple of weeks ago. I had a nice little mashed roast butter cake and some ice cream, and I tried it. I was like, let me see what these people like, and I couldn't get behind it. It's not a good combo.
Okay, so you like a nice basic dessert. Just
Basic.
if you're gonna get the mashed rose butter cake, just give me the straight butter cake. Don't put any syrup on
Yes.
it. Don't put a little strawberry
No.
next to it or on top
No.
of it.
Don't ruin it. Don't ruin
Okay,
it.
don't ruin it. He says. Okay,
Don't ruin it.
that's an interesting take. We'll kind of get the fans' feedback on that one in the comment section when they watch this. But I'm big on all desserts. I'm a big ice cream cat. So no
Yeah.
ice cream
Yeah.
with your
We know.
cake. That's like a wowzer.
That's normal. That's normal. I feel like there shouldn't be no pushback on that, in my personal opinion.
Okay, all right. Well, whatever. So moving on. Let's talk a little bit about college football before we get into the NFL life here.
Yeah. Hmm.
We're coming off of a huge weekend as well for the BYU Cougars, going on the road into Arkansas. Who, by the way,
Might as well say I play Arkansas Pine Bluff.
who's an alum of Arkansas is Big Dre Greenlaw, another one of our LB's
Hmm.
brothers. So we had to, put
Yes.
it was just out of we just wanted to know who was going to be better, me or them. All right, me or him.
All right. All right.
And we won. It was a huge win for us. We on the road, we beat them up pretty good.
Huge.
SEC ball,
Huge.
SEC ball isn't what it's cracked up to be. I guess Big 12 BYU ball is where it's at. But how are the Bearcats? Or is that what it's called? Bearcats, Wildcats?
So first and foremost, you're gonna say the BYU Cougars had a huge football win against the bottom of the barrel SEC. Matter of fact, they might go ahead and kick Arkansas out of the
Wow!
SEC. That's how bad.
Wow!
Yeah, I'm be honest with you. I can't get behind them at all.
Ain't listening to this, boy. They're gonna tear you.
Hey, listen.
Go ahead.
And
are they the Wildcats or I forget, or the Bearcats? What is it?
They're the Wildcats. They're the Wildcats.
Wildcats.
Obviously, they're the Wildcats. You know that.
I
Given you played them.
I forgot literally because y'all think it's Bear Down. I
Given
don't know
you-
if it was Bearcats or Wildcats.
Listen, it's a whole thing. Trust me, like it's a whole thing. Back in the day, they talk about John Button Salmon. He his last dying words was saying "bear down," and we kind of from there we went on. This is before my time. This is before your time. This is back in the day. So from now on, that's what we call it, and I'm rocking with it.
Hey,
It's bear
to
down.
y'all, boy. Y'all need it.
Yeah.
What's like I've asked probably a couple times now. How has the season started for you guys?
Oh, it's going great. It's going great. 2-1. We beat up on NAU, we're supposed to, and then we lost to Mississippi State. Back in Mississippi State, double overtime game.
Yeah.
Came down to the wire. A couple of mistakes we had on our end that will get corrected, and then we went ahead and got a back on track game at UTEP.
Okay.
Took care of that, and then we come up here to the Bay Area to get a nice little confidence building game against Stanford. So it's looking good for us, man. Looking good. It's looking good. I'm proud.
Wow. These are strong words.
I'm proud of them
playing
boys.
using
Yes.
tonight, huh? Okay.
Yes.
All right. And I'm sure you'll be present at that game.
I will absolutely be present.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Hey, that's amazing. Great. We love
Yes.
to hear that.
You can come as well if you want to.
We'll see. We'll see if it's in the cards. I might make a showing. We'll see.
Yeah, man.
It's on Saturday?
See some good football. Yeah.
Okay. Hey, I mean, we got that Thursday
We'll
night.
have
We
time.
got that Thursday night prime time coming up, so we might have some
Mm-hmm.
time off.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, just to kind of pivot back a little bit, let's reverse back. Something that had came to my mind when you were going to be on the show today. I'm thinking back about how we even got to this point that we're at now, right? You
Mm-hmm.
coming on to the 49ers. I don't know if a lot of people kind of know your story and how you even came to be a part of this team in
Yeah.
such a huge way that you are now, the special
Mm-hmm.
teams ace. I mean, I can call it special teams captain of that unit. Leading the troops, Mister Do It All on the defensive side of the ball, can play Mike, can play Sam, can play Will. Mister Reliable. They can't get you out the building because you just know everything so darn well that they have no
Mm-hmm.
choice but to keep you, and you keep making plays. But I don't
Yeah.
think people really know how that journey started for you. So kind of take the people through how it started for you coming onto the 49ers.
Yeah. So coming in, I came out of U of A as a safety. So I was a safety in college, and then Johnny and D'Amico Ryans and Coach Sala, they called me and said they wanted to put me at linebacker, and then I was like, okay, like me, the giddy up guy that I am, I'm just like, oh yeah, I'll do it, da, da, da. But I didn't know they were being serious. So we get so after going undrafted and signing here undrafted, I come into the facility and I'm like, okay, what meeting room do I go to? Like, do I go to the safeties or do I go to the linebackers? And the DB actually, Coach DB actually pulled me to the safeties and told me to go to safety for uh for the rookie minicamp. After doing that, Miko kind of gave me a little side eye, talking about you gonna play linebacker or what? And I'm just like, I don't know, like what y'all want me to do? And then and then before going into OTAs, Coach Solid told me, yeah, you're gonna go to the linebacker room and you're gonna kind of, learn how to play linebacker. And to be honest with y'all, like I ain't never visualized myself playing linebacker in this league at all. Like it's something that's crazy. I'm talking about. I mean, we watched the clip of my first ever play.
Mm-hmm.
It's a run action the other way, and I'm buzzing to the left, like, cause I can't tell if it's run pass
Yes.
and stuff like that. So it took a while, and then doing that first year, obviously I didn't really get much playing time in the preseason because they wanted to stash me and develop me into being a linebacker. And then during that time, that's when I was able to see players like you and Quan, and actually Dre and Aziz as well, kind of blossom into the players that they are today, and kind of learn and pick y'all heads. And even if like I wasn't really talking to you directly, I was still just watching you guys' mannerisms and seeing how you guys operate and seeing how y'all go about y'all business. So from then on, like after that year, then I kind of just took that everything and kind of folded it into my own thing, and then this came into I am today, man. And just like obviously, with special teams, that's kind of something I take pride in. I want to go out there and try to make every play that I possibly can and lead the troops because I think that's a very important part of the game, and it always will be. So that's just kind of how I kind of I blossomed. And like you said, able to stay in the building.
Man, what a story. Going from safety, people don't understand. Going from safety to linebacker at the NFL level is not something that people they go willy nilly tossing guys in there trying to say, hey, you're going to play in the
Right,
box, taking on offensive linemen, reading your keys in the
right.
box. Like it's a whole different type of position and
Whole
transition
different game.
to try to make that move. So it wasn't, and people think that it's something that it's like it happens overnight. It's not. Like you mentioned it. Like
No.
there's some clips out there that we can pull up where it's like,
Yeah. Yeah,
nice.
like God dang, what are you doing?
What are you
Yeah,
doing
you know
here?
what I'm saying?
Hey, what are you
Yeah,
doing? Like,
yeah,
hey,
yeah,
it gets ugly sometimes, but I mean,
yeah.
your dedication, the way that you've worked year in and year out, being here all year long, training at the facility with the 49ers coaching, strength and conditioning staff, like, and working your
Mm-hmm.
craft, all those little details, all those little things, they add up over time. And it's a compound effect that every year you just continue to get better. So, like,
Mm-hmm.
man, that boy Flan just does it the right way, and he's reaping what he's sowing. Now he's a rich man. Okay, so now, and also what I was thinking about was you talk about that 2019 draft class,
Yeah.
and I mean obviously you weren't drafted, but you talk
Mm-hmm.
about you, Dre Greenlaw,
Mm-hmm.
Aziz Al
Yep.
Shair.
Yep.
That's 3 hitters in the same draft class. I think that might be. I mean, and I'm being humble right now because I got to put myself aside in this. I think that might be
Yeah,
the best linebacker draft class in the Shanahan era with the 40.
it has to be.
Those
It
three
has
right
to be.
there. You
Yeah,
talk about Aziz going off, being paid somewhere else to be the starter in Tennessee. Dre
yes,
Greenlaw, All Pro, Pro Bowl type caliber player,
exactly,
and then you. I mean,
exactly.
that's come on, like
Yeah,
that's one right there.
it's up there for sure.
It's
It's
up
up
there.
there for sure.
I put y'all at one, and then I'm
Hmm.
at 2, even though it was just one guy. But
It's just you kind of holding that on
yeah,
court.
I'll hold down the 2 slot. But y'all
Yeah.
3, that's a hit right there.
Hmm.
Okay, now so we talked about it at the beginning. Let's talk about this huge win that we just got. And you know what's funny is that literally was yesterday. And
Yeah.
it doesn't feel like it. It feels like it was a few days ago, but
Yeah.
you talking about time flying.
Right.
Yesterday, this time we were on a plane ride home from LA back to San Jose, California, with a big dub under our belts, coming out of SoFi, and man, let's talk about it. I think the thing that I always take away from going on the road to SoFi and playing in LA is it's not an away game for us. Like that
It's
thing
never.
is rocking with
And it
nothing but red
surprises me.
jerseys.
Yes. It surprises me like how like even like when they go on like their third down that it gets loud. Like I that makes no sense to me. And I don't know if it's legal or illegal to pump sound in your stadium. Because clearly, clearly, if it's illegal, then they need to be investigated because that's ridiculous.
Yeah, I don't know how it gets loud in there with because they don't have a lot of blue jerseys on their side, so
They don't.
it should only be loud on our third downs, not theirs. You're right. But I mean that just goes to show you like just how intense our level of commitment is within our fan base. And
Hmm.
if they're in striking distance, as in they're right down the road to go to LA and show out, like they're going to show out, and they do every single time we go
Yes.
down there and play them.
Yes.
This was the first time we played in the home Reds on the road against those guys, and that was a pretty
That
cool
was
sight
dope.
to see us in the home jerseys
Yeah,
with
that was
all that
dope.
red in the stands as well. And
Hmm.
that helps us honestly. Like, I mean, giving us that energy, that juice to be able to battle it out in a tight battle, a tight fought game. Like
Yeah.
we didn't go in there saying like, oh, we're just gonna blow these guys out. Like no, like the Rams are always
No,
a tough.
definitely.
They're always a tough fight. Like they know us, we know
Absolutely.
them. Uh, every single time we played them, it seems like it's always been like in a crucial moment of the season where we need a win. And so
Yeah, definitely.
we're always playing them desperate because we know like what time it is with them every time. So yesterday was the same exact type of deal. Like we had to fight them all the way
Exactly.
through, and we ended up pulling it
Exactly.
out.
Yeah, another like you said, man. Like we know them, they know us, and they can scheme us up well. We can scheme them up well. So it's always something new when they're going against our defense, and our offense is going against their defense. It's always another element to it that is just not just athletic ability. It comes more to X's and O's and how you put this guy in this spot, how we can be a little bit more on the details and stuff like that. So it's always something.
Exactly, exactly. I think you talked about it on third down, how loud it was getting, and I had to have me a little play on third down in that game.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
We
yeah.
dialed something up for your boy on
Yep, yep, yep,
what time in
yep.
the game was that? I think that was like late third quarter.
The game was tied. I think it was. I want to say it was 2020 at the time.
It was a
Was
high
it?
ball game. I mean, up to that point, we hadn't been able to kind of get in a whole lot of pressure on Stafford. He was kind of dinking and dunking
No.
us all game long. They were
Yes.
taking exactly what we were giving them all game. We went in with the
Yes.
game plan that we had to eliminate the explosives with him because I mean he's such a outstanding talent and player and veteran quarterback that knows
Hmm.
exactly how to play
Hmm.
the position, how you want to play it. And
Right.
I think there's like some sort of stat with him in explosive plays and winning games. So we wanted to limit the explosive plays,
Yeah.
which I think for the most part we did. But then that just resulted in a lot of
Long
short game,
drives.
and
Hmm.
not generating a lot of pressure. So there was a lot of longer sustaining drives. I think we played a total of like 70 snaps this past game.
80.
Something. It was a long game.
Yeah.
And
It
so,
was up there for sure.
crucial point in the game, we're tied. It's a tied ball game. I think we got them back. We happened to we were able to stop them on first and second down and get a third and favorable for us, and dial up one
Hmm.
of the pressures where they got me involved in the rush. This was a new one that I think we installed this week, where I was going to shade over to the right side of the center, and then they were going to have me just loop around the guard, and then I was going to have to defeat the guard to then make it to the back, and then we got a whole bunch of other stuff happening with amongst the D linemen. I think Eric was looping over into the opposite A gap.
Yeah.
And so I'm wrapping around a little wider because I'm thinking like that guard's he's gonna first step down to Eric, and then he's gonna come out to me. So then I'm gonna have to make sure I like kind of chop or give a swipe to kind of defeat the guard. So I'm coming out that thing wide, like around. Yeah. And the guard never steps out. So then I'm like,
he didn't see you at all.
Like that thing opened up like the Red Sea. I'm sprinting through,
bro. He didn't
like,
see
okay, if he's not blocking me, then the back has me. That's usually what happens if the guard decides to.
Yeah.
I'm looking, the back's nowhere to be found. And so I'm running like, ain't no way. I'm like, this got to be a screen.
Yeah.
It got to be a screen. Like they got me. All right, I'm running through there. There's got to be a screen. And I'm like, I'm already full go. I'm not about to stop in my track. So I'm full go. And I'm right in Stafford's face, and he winds up like he's about to throw it. And they always tell you, they always preach, don't jump. Don't jump.
Yeah, don't jump.
Because you jump, and then all of a sudden he's going to sidestep you, and then, dang, Fred, what are you doing?
Mash the hand.
But you know what our coach Johnny Holland say?
It stinks.
Hey, sometimes them instincts gotta override something. You know what I'm saying? So hey, when you see that ball being hung up like that, I'm like, oh, ain't no way he about to not let this go. So I jumped up in his face to where he wasn't able to like bring it back down and sidestep me, and I just kind of literally just fell on top of him. And wrangled him to the ground. And you know, I had to have my little two-step ready.
Yeah, little two-step dance.
I never know if I'm going to get back there. I spoke on it in the preseason when I had the little Bosa
situation.
And I was like, I always got to have something in my back pocket just in case I do get back there. So, you know, I had to do my little hit my squabble, you know what I'm saying, for the LA.
I personally think you got to use that. You got to use that from now on. You got to keep doing it. In my personal opinion, I think you got to keep doing it. I ain't going to lie. We was running on. I seen you hitting it, and I started hitting it on the sides. I'm running on. I'm like, oh, no. I'm not going to lie. I started hitting it right with you.
Hey, I need that video. I need that video.
Hey, I started hitting it right with you.
I need that video. I need to see Flan hitting it.
Yeah, I was like, okay, yeah, we teed up, and then Dre over there gonna slap you in the back of the head.
Because up to that point, you know, we hadn't had a whole lot of momentum and a whole lot of just good positive like plays being made. I think we had a huge pick by Isaiah earlier on.
Yeah.
But I think that was a crucial moment for us to kind of get them backed up and get that sack and really get things going. But yeah, that was a good little play. That was a decent little play. Isaiah's INT, to speak on that a little bit more, that was in a point in the game earlier on when, like I said, they were sustaining drives. They drive.
Yeah, it wasn't looking good. They
backing us up a little bit now. All right, and then they
wasn't looking
down
good.
there and towards the goal line. Not super close, but close enough. And I don't know if he made that play on a second down or third down. I think it was second down, wasn't it?
I think it was. I want to say third and. I want to say
maybe it was third down. I know the exact concept they were running. They ran Hooters, which means that they're trying to do a high-low concept where they send somebody right in front of me to try to hit right behind me. So I'm making sure I kind of stay back to get in that lane just in case he do want to elevate that throw. And Isaiah's kind of sitting lower for the running back when he wants to throw it to the running back.
And
that's exactly what Stafford did. He tries to dump it off to the running back. Running back wasn't ready for it. Pops up into the air.
Nope.
My eyes get wide. I'm like, oh, snap, because I'm running down there to help with the tackle, but I see that ball pop.
Yeah.
Isaiah, you know, he got them long arms. He put his left arm out, and I'm thinking, ain't no way he finna catch it, so I'm getting ready for the rebound. I'm like, all right, bet he gonna hit that thing right up to me. Boom, he snags it with one hand. I'm like, oh, my gosh, this boy to go.
God bless that boy.
This boy to go.
Boy, that play right there, bro, had everybody like, oh, because like you said, man, like we was down there, and it was just like, we were looking at the time, looking at where they were out in the field, like, okay, like it's getting kind of scary. I know we all expected to win the game, but now we just like, okay, hold on, like what's going on? And then when that play happened, it was just like, oh, the whole sideline just got a big sigh of relief, like, oh, okay, we all right. It's all right, we okay, we all right.
Yeah.
So,
no, that was a huge play, huge moment in that game, and you know how it is with the turnover battle. Like you gotta take the ball away to give yourself the best chance to win that game. And in a tight game like that, those little ones mean the most. Our offense doesn't give the ball away, and then we take away 2, I think 3, including a fourth down stop.
Yep.
to help us win that game. So very big play. Isaiah
Mm-hmm.
had an incredible game. I think that was huge for him and his confidence going
Yes.
forward to be able to be the
Absolutely.
guy at the nickel position that we need him to be. And I'm so happy. I'm
Mm-hmm.
so happy for him and with him about that game. And then
Yeah.
speaking of other key players on their side,
Yes. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
on their side, boy,
Good
they got
Lord.
him one.
Good Lord.
On
Good
their side,
Lord.
they got
Listen,
him
looking
one,
from
don't
the
they?
sideline. Looking from the sideline, looking at dude, I'm just like, my goodness, like what kind of who is like who is this?
Who is this?
Who is
Now
it?
to go ahead and reveal who we're talking about. Of course, a Brigham Young University product, BYU product.
Yeah,
Puka
yeah,
Nacua,
yeah.
younger brother of
Mm-hmm.
Kai Nacua, who I played with at BYU and who played for us with the Niners. His little brother Puka got drafted in the 5th round to the LA Rams, and I've
Yes.
I've kept I've kept track of his career with BYU, and I mean the kid was a baller at BYU. Like the dude
Yes.
did it all, made the crazy catches, run after catch, the physicality was
Jet
there,
sweeps.
jet sweeps. Like I mean the dude was a baller at BYU. So I remember going to they were playing Stanford last year. They played Stanford, and Kalani Sitake, the head coach, he asked me to come talk to the team at the team hotel, the Marriott that they were staying at. And so they had a team meeting. I stood in front of the team, gave my little 2 cents, bop bop. They ended up winning, of course, and then
Very inspirational.
they ended up winning the game the next day. But anyway, after I talked to the team, Puka came up to me after the team meeting, and we were just chopping it up, man. Like he's picking my brain about what's made me have so much success in my career in the NFL so far, things that he should be doing off the field. Like, and when I'm talking to this kid, I'm like, bro, this dude is just dialed in. Like he knows
Mm-hmm.
exactly what it's about.
Mm-hmm.
Like you talk about having the right mindset. So then fast forward, the Rams get him. And I'm like, all right, cool. Yeah, he gets drafted in the 5th round. And then you start hearing little church, like this is for BYU cats. You start hearing little things outside of training camp that like he's having himself a camp. Like the coaches are
Mm-hmm.
loving him. Cooper Kupp's loving him. He's doing his thing. And like anybody can ball in training camp. Like, all right, whatever. Like, all right, cool. You have a cool little training camp. Good. Week 1 in Seattle, bro goes off for over 100 yards, over 10 catches.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
Yeah,
Hey,
okay.
now,
Like, all right, cool.
They don't just give those out like they chump change now,
No,
especially for a rookie
no,
in
no.
Seattle of all places.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. Tough place to play.
Now anybody could do it once. We know that. All right,
Right.
whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm for sure showing my respect. Like I'm not going into this game thinking like he's just a nobody. Like I mean, like I said, I've seen what he could do.
Mm-hmm.
He goes off and goes for what 15 catches for 140 something.
147,
Oh my
147. Bro, like I'm talking
Oh my
about.
god. Bro, like he balled, like, and I'm happy as
Creative
hell
player.
for him. I mean, I'm not happy that he did it against us, but I'm just
Right,
happy
exactly.
for him and his success to have this type of start to see most in NFL history through their first 2 games of their rookie year
Exactly.
in both categories.
Dog.
So, man, round of applause for
He was out there playing like creative player. He was out there playing like creative player.
Yeah.
Madden creative player. Just going, he was just catching the ball and just falling forward, getting yards after catch. I'm just like, God, man, sure-handed.
Yep.
He would just, I mean, I don't know how. I just don't, I was just looking like, damn, like, he caught it again. There
He
you go
actually had a
again.
couple
I'm
drops. He could have had a couple more.
He did have a couple drops, but like they came in like, yeah, he could have had like 20 receptions.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
Not
it could have
20%.
been even
Nah, I'm
crazier
not gonna
stats,
say.
but like, you know what I mean? Like, that just goes to
Yeah.
show you like what type of game this dude had.
Like dude was going, oh, he was snapped.
Yeah, so we show that boys love. You know what I mean? That's
exactly.
that's pretty impressive, man. Keep doing your thing.
Exactly, man. Yeah, keep doing your thing, bro, for real.
So let's talk about on our side for the game. Let's give a couple of picks, offense and defense. Me and you will both pick one guy on either side of the ball to kind of give our player of the game balls to on either side. And I'm gonna let you go first, so I'm not gonna so I don't steal somebody that you're trying to say. I'll give 2 of my own players, and then you give 2 of your own players.
So for defensive wise on our end, I'm gonna have to go with Isaiah Swicken because you know what I'm saying, this is finally it's hard coming from a different system and then coming into our system because, you know what I'm saying, we're really, really aggressive. So for him to kind of continue to build his confidence and finally, when the lights shine on, he's on there and he's out there and he's balling and he's coming into his own, getting that big pick for us, getting that big fourth down stop for us, so I definitely got to pay my respects to him and give him, one of my game balls or one of the game balls. Then offensively, I'm going to have to go ahead and give it to Devo simply because, a lot of people don't understand, like there's some things that don't really pop up on the stat line that he was doing, like what he was doing in against the Steelers and doing a little bit things he was doing there. So for him to go out here in week 2 and kind of, do what he does on a regular basis kind of, gives him, here, like this, you legit, bro. Like you ain't nothing. You Debo.
Mhm.
So it was good for him to go out there and snap and see him come into his own.
Absolutely. I think for my picks, offensively, I think the easy choice here obviously is Christian McCaffrey. All right,
Yeah.
the guy is AI, as Johnny Holland likes to call him, but not AI in the fact that other people probably think in terms of Allen Iverson.
Yeah.
AI meaning artificial intelligence.
Intelligence.
All right, you see this guy running, he's gonna be running just like this. Perfect form.
Perfect
Know
form.
exactly where to hit the hole. All right, he Mr. Do It All. I could sit here go on and on about the dude. All right, he's dialed it. He knows what he's doing. But I also want to give a shout out to another possible player of the week candidate on the offensive side, Aaron Banks. All right,
Yes.
Aaron Banksy.
Yes.
This is an offensive
Sleeper.
lineman, offensive guard, left guard next to Trent Williams. Trent Williams gets all the love, right? Because he all-pro perennial Hall of Fame freaking tackle.
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
Aaron Banks is having himself a heck of a start now. All right.
2 weeks, no pressures.
2 weeks,
That's crazy.
0 pressures, 0 sacks given up, 0 hurries, 0 anything. All right.
Yes.
The dude has been a stone wall and has balled out through the first 2 weeks. I haven't seen much of the tape. I'm sure it looks exactly how you want it to look, given the stat line there.
Some practice.
But he's had a heck of a training camp. He had a great year last year. He just didn't really get a lot of notoriety. Because it was kind of his first year as the full-time starter, but having a great start, and we're going to need him all the way through to keep playing this way. So Aaron Banks, shout out. And then defensively, lots of guys to go around, lots of guys to choose. But I got to go with my guy, Dre Greenlaw. All right. He's not getting a lot of love right now. We got to show my linebackers, dog.
Dog, like I don't understand why he does it. Like it kills me because when you look at Dre and you look at our other linebackers out there on tape, I'm just like, come on, man. Like what are we doing? What are we doing? Like why are we even having a debate? Why are we even having a discussion right now?
Exactly. And I think it's so he led the team in tackles this week with 12, and you wouldn't even. I mean, the dude is just all over the place. He's a menace.
Yes.
Like you look up the button, bro got 12 tackles. I'm like, oh my goodness, like, where did those come from?
Yeah.
Watch the tape. Boom, boom, boom. Just big old collisions.
Bro.
He did have. Now you talking about a dropped interception? He had himself a dropped interception too.
He did have a drop. He said, "Do it right in his chest." Routes on air.
We're not gonna speak anymore on it. That's all I'm gonna say. All right, hey, it happens to the best of us, baby. They're coming. They're coming, and they're gonna come in bunches.
Yeah, costs millions now.
That ball costs millions. You got to take them all home. So I'm gonna give it to my guy Dre Greenlaw. Shout out to LB, he's best in the world. Now looking forward, all right, we put that one in the back. We're 2-0 on the road. Amazing. Going forward, we got us a big task here coming up. Thursday night football at home for the home opener against the New York Giants. After going 2-0 on the road. All right, I talked about this in I think preseason or something, where I was like, man, it'd be so lit is if we just go 2 on the road. We beat the Steelers, we beat the Rams, and we go play at home in front of our fans in prime time with the throwback Reds on. That thing gonna be jumping,
rocking.
All right, like
rocking.
This is exactly the moments you dream of, folks. All right, it's playing on prime time, being an undefeated football team in the NFL.
Yes.
Talk to the fans a little bit about what does a Thursday night work week look like? Because this is a very shortened schedule compared to what we're usually used to Monday through Saturday before Sunday games. So kind of run through what the quick little Thursday schedule looks like and how
Man,
how we got to go.
it's honestly, dog, like, even when I describe it right now, it's kind of hard to kind of, visualize because it's very clustered. We have to do first down and third down in the same day. We have to make sure we sleep a lot, we hydrate a lot. Obviously, we have to recover, and we can go over. We can't really go over corrections from the previous game because we have to hurry up and we got to jump on the Giants and see what they're going to give us and game plan for that. Like, so obviously, we're not really doing much on our body. It's kind of all mental right now. So we just got to make sure, we just lock in and watch as much tape as we can before we go out there on Thursday.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think you touched on it right there at the beginning. You talked about we have to go over first, second down, and third down all in one day.
Yeah.
People don't understand that throughout the week we kind of block things out depending on the day. So like that first day of the week, we go through, all right, first, second down, run pass game. All right, second day, we're going to go through the third down game. All right, third day, we're going to go through their red zone. It's very detailed. It's very routine the way we do it week in and week out. Like there's a lot of prep that goes into preparing for an NFL football team. And so a Thursday night game is where it's kind of like they throw you a curveball. They're like, hey, we're literally going to do 3 days worth of work in one day.
Yes.
And it's like,
man,
okay, wow. Not only am I having to try to get my body ready after going hard on some turf, by the way, against a divisional opponent, to now get my body right to play hard on a Thursday night game in front of the whole country. It's the mental part of it, trying to figure out, all right, how am I going to make sure we're as prepared as possible going against the Giants as we can be.
Mm-hmm.
So, that's the things you got to juggle, and we'll be ready. I'm not worried one bit about it. We do it, better than anybody in the world at making sure we're prepared.
Definitely.
So I'm excited about it, man. That's gonna be
fun, boy. Like you said, man, undefeated at the crib. Nothing like
it, bro.
Nothing like
it. Levi Stadium, man. I think it's slept on. Honestly, I think it's kind of just like
very underrated.
Very underrated stadium. I just love playing there. I love playing on grass. I love playing in front of our fans. It's just a nice traditional home stadium.
Absolutely.
Beautiful California weather.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think you can ask for much more than that, honestly.
No, you can't. You can't ask for much more. I mean, you kind of hit it on the head. Like it's it'll be a great day to play a little bit of ball.
Yeah, good play to play a little ball. So let's kind of go around. Let's see what's kind of some of the headlines either around the sports world right now. Let's talk a little bit about Colorado and Mr. Prime time. Deion Sanders, Colorado. They just came off a huge win against the Colorado State. What's their mascot? The Rams?
Colorado State? Yeah, the Rams. The Rams. Ram Grid.
Okay, so we just beat the Rams. They beat the Rams, so there's a little bit of similarities there.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that whole the revival of the Colorado Buffs through Sanders?
I personally love it. I personally love it. Yeah. If I had kids who were of age, and I'll tell them, look, we going to Colorado. It's lit over there, bro. They got that thing turned out, bro.
Oh, do they?
That thing turned out. You got Key Glock over there, Offset, The Rock showing up. I think Marvin, Michael Irvin showed up last week. Lil Wayne singing a song. Man, come on now. Like, you can't, nothing like it. That's how you get kids to go over there, and they're doing it the right way, and I love it. I love it.
Let me just take everybody through how incredible of a time this is, that they're Flan just touched on everything that's going on over there. We are in the hotel the night before the game. All right, we were sitting in the meal room. They got college football on the night before games, right, on the big screen while we're eating our meal. And when I tell you that everybody is in that meal room, dialed in, watching Colorado versus Colorado State.
Colorado State, exactly.
Like, and they're literally like jumping at every single little play to start that game. Like, it was as if we're watching the Super Bowl.
Exactly.
Like,
Exactly.
That in itself, right there, that's all you need to know about what Deion has done to that program. And
Exactly.
so, man, I mean, you talk about a story, and it's in his first year too. Like, imagine how he's going to be
Mm-hmm.
like next year and going forward. To have both your
Yeah, everybody want to go over there.
both balling on either side of the ball, like that's
Yeah,
exactly how
everybody. He's going to have the top recruiting class next year easily.
you think so. You go
Easily,
over
regardless
Alabama,
of how they finish.
Georgia, all those.
No, they gonna want to go play. They're gonna want to play for him. They're going to do. They want to be on the field with Lil Wayne. Rapping while y'all running out. Like they want to be. Kids want to be a part of that. Like you gotta understand.
They
Like
got their Twitter names on the back of their jerseys,
on the back of their jerseys. Like man, especially with the whole NIL thing going on. Come on, man. Like they trying to get on that big screen.
Listen,
That's what it is.
they doing that thing the right way.
They doing it the right way.
They doing that thing the right way. I mean, and some people hating for real. Like they just don't like the fact that
yeah, and I don't understand, man. That doesn't make no sense.
It's not orthodox at all. But I gotta respect it all the way through and through.
Yeah.
I mean, shout out to the Colorado Buffs and Prime, man.
Yeah, shout out to the
Bowl for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Anything that happened around the league that we missed or that we should speak on? Nothing's really coming to mind for me.
Nothing really coming to mind.
I am shocked to see that the Bengals have started 0-2. That's not like them. They had a lot of hopes going into this season, and that's not to say that that's an indicator of how their season's going to go. But
because didn't they start 0-2 last year?
Did they?
I don't know, but I think they didn't have a good start last year, and they ended up going to the conference championship. So I feel like they'll figure it out here down the line.
All right. I mean, yeah, if they did last year, then that goes to show you that start don't even matter. All right, you won't.
I think I got one. Bijan Robinson.
Okay.
He's a 520 kid from the Tuck. He went to Texas. He over there in Atlanta going crazy. He going crazy. I think he had like 140 yesterday rushing or something crazy like total yards of rushing. I didn't look at the stat. I wasn't really gluing my eyes on the stat, but dog, I'm talking about making cats miss left and right. Just making it look easy.
You know what's
obviously shout out to him.
That's impressive if he did get 147 because he's not even the cowbell over there like the one that's getting all the carries. Like they got I think 3 guys who are getting carries.
Yes.
Tyler Algier, another BYU cat. Shout out to Coos, who is a tough tackle by the way. Playing him last season, that dude is very stout.
My goodness.
And then I think Cordell Patterson is still over there, toting the rock a little bit, right?
Yes.
So I mean, shoot, like that, you only gonna get so many touches, so you got to make them count. Making them count for sure. I mean, it seemed like he's doing his thing as a rookie. That's pretty impressive. Another thing I thought of, which you would, I'm sure you'll respect this: New England Patriots field goal block,
bro.
Sprinting. Talk about it.
Good, and to me, I'm like, I wonder if. Because I didn't really, I've seen it on Twitter, but I didn't really get to see like the wide. We get the wide view on our tablets to kind of see what he did. I don't know why more teams don't do that. Like, why don't we? Because as the wing on field goal, like you have no chance of blocking that cat. Like, because you have to stand in one spot, or if you stand in that one spot, you gonna open up the C gap. So, dog, that's a hell of a play.
The reason why people don't, not everybody does it, is only because you have to time it up perfectly in order for that to work. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not something that they obviously saw something on tape that they were like, okay, when the holder taps his hand on the ground, like how we kind of like went about the whole thing.
Yeah.
And when he taps his hand on the ground, that's when you're gonna start and then you're gonna
Exactly.
And they didn't end up winning that game, but that was a pretty sick play.
Yeah. Now that you say it, ain't nobody can do that again. Like that's a one and done thing. Like you can't.
Now everybody gonna be switching up their snap counts to make sure that doesn't happen to them.
Absolutely.
Okay, so this is the part of the segment where we start talking about some of our fan questions that we were getting from the comment section of our previous video. And by the way, continue to send those through. We love them, and you might be chosen on our next show. So for our first question here, we have I don't even know how to say this. Flame OG. Okay, Flame OG 4WJ. And it says, big fan, Fred. My question is, who is the funniest teammate you have? Wow. Now, hey,
I tell you, like, what are we talking about?
hey.
We was talking about it today. We was talking about it
We
today,
were
and
talking
I'm at
about it
least
today, and
top
that's
5.
actually crazy that this just came up. Now, Flan,
Give it. Don't do this.
don't do it.
Give me my flowers.
Wow.
Give me my flowers. Give me my flowers. I'm listen.
All right, listen. All right,
Listen.
Flan is by far probably the funniest cat on the team to me because I know him very well and I'm around him every day. All right, we got a lot of funny cats on
Yes.
the team. I'll give it to
Mm-hmm.
Flan. Now, Flan has this thing called Flan Thoughts. All right,
Yeah.
and it's something that I
Mm-hmm.
don't know when did you start that? Go ahead and tell the people a little bit about Flan Thoughts. What even is that? When did you start that?
Man, like I literally just started that out of the whiff. Like just like, you know what? I'm gonna just start posting my unpopular. I like to call them popular opinions.
Oh,
And I started that. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I started that. I want to say I started that last year in the off season, and I just started giving, like the whole
the dessert
ice
thing.
cream
Yeah, okay.
and
The dessert thing
dessert
is
thing,
a
and then
perfect example of that. Yep.
exactly, and how everybody drives out here in California, which is just ridiculous.
Oh, the
It sucks.
driving.
Like
People's driving
the
skills.
driving out here is yes, it's awful. It's
Okay.
awful. I hit on a couple of common sense things. I like to just nip some things in the butt on my
Is there
on
any
my Flan
is there anything
thoughts.
on your
So
mind right now that you want to share with the fans? Any popular, unpopular opinions? Any
man,
thoughts that are kind of going through your head that you want to talk about?
man, 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 listen. So I'll say this
Oh,
because
this
I
is
was
weighing on
talking
you.
to
This is weighing on you.
yeah, I was waiting. I'll listen. I was talking to my girl last night, man, and she was just talking about feelings and whatnot, and I'm just like, listen, like she talk about how all feelings need to be validated, and I'm just like, listen, no.
Hey, wait, we're getting into murky water here, brother. We're getting into murky water here. All right, hey,
I said
all right, hey,
no.
listen. Hey, Kara might be this
Man,
is Flan's girlfriend, by the way. Kara, she might be watching the pod. All
I'm
right, we
not.
don't want to. Hey, we
It
don't want
ain't.
to
It
stir the
ain't. It
pot
ain't.
here.
I wasn't saying her. It's not her. I'm not gonna say it's not her feelings in particular. I'm just like, listen, like all feelings do not need to be validated. Like I don't believe that. You're not getting nothing off of your feelings.
Okay, so
That's how I
The
feel.
Flan
That's my
thought
thought.
is that not all feelings need to be addressed. Is that what you're saying?
Validated.
Validated.
No, not addressed. They're not all validated. So you can talk about it a little bit, but it's just like, come on now. Some things are just kind of overzealous a little bit. So
Whoa.
there's my two
Okay, that gives the
cents.
people a little sense of what this is, like the little Flan thoughts. You got a
Oh,
lot of
it
popular
gets
opinions.
spicy.
So hey,
It gets spicy in
keep
there,
them
though.
coming,
It
buddy.
gets
'Cause, hey,
spicy in there.
those are great. People love those. All right, our second one. We got at Amanda Deanda. She says, if you could have anyone on the defensive side who's a player you would love to pick up to add to our team that you think would do great with us, who would it be? Love you and Sid.
She talking about a different team?
So basically, another player on a player on a different team on the defensive side that would help us. Who would you say?
I don't have an answer for that at all. I really don't. I can't really think of anybody. I think we got a great group of men. So
Oh,
that's
boring.
kind of your answer there.
All right. Well, Flan gave the political answer. Obviously, we got everything we'd ever want in our team. All right. We don't want anybody outside
Bang
of
bang,
us.
not a game.
We go ahead and
Mm-hmm.
stay on your side. But if we happen to get another player, I think, listen, I'll give my respect. I'll show love to guys who are balling around the league. You talk about a guy like Micah Parsons with the Cowboys. All
Oh,
right.
dog, complete dog.
He is a very good football player. He can play football well. So
Football player.
if I had to choose one, I'd probably pick Micah to go ahead and throw in that little group of D linemen, superb D linemen that we have. I don't know how the
Yes,
rotation would go. I don't know where he would fit in
exactly.
there, but hey, you can never have too many weapons down there in the front level. So I pick him. I think that'd be a good little pick. Okay, and then for our third and final question, we got at Days. If you could play more than one football position, which other position would you pick? Finally,
Oh yes, this is good.
Flan, go ahead and tell the people what you would play.
No, no. Are you want me to go first?
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh my gosh. I think for me personally, I would be a great.
Don't say what I think you're going to say. Yeah, are you going to be for real or are you going to try and be funny?
No, I'm not gonna be funny, bro. I'm really gonna be for real right now. I really think.
Let's hear it.
All right. I really think I would be a great. Man, this is hard. I think I'll be like a great running back, like third down type back.
Is that right?
I really think so. I really think if you get me out in open space, kind of isolate me one on one with a defender, I think I'm winning that down.
Okay.
I personally think that. I really, honestly, truly think that.
Okay, so you're saying that you're not great, first, second down in between the tackle,
No, run
the ball, not really.
I'm a scat back.
Scat back.
I'm a scat back.
Third down.
I'm a scat back.
Okay.
I'm a scat back. Third down back.
I respect that. I can respect that. I'll take that. I'd be there. I'd be right there for you. I played a little tight end back in my day. Back in my high school days, I caught a couple balls in that end zone. I think I could play a little tight end at this level as well. However,
really,
I think a position that's a little more fitting for me, quarterback.
Fred.
Now, I don't know why you're giving this reaction. First of all, you've seen me throw, and I got a lot of arm talent when it comes to throwing the football. First and foremost.
You're not going to continue to go through
the ability to process and dissect.
You still have to throw the ball, Fred.
The ability to process,
dissect all you want,
and dissect defenses. All right, and then obviously the mobility to be able to extend plays. I think I'd be a good little candidate. What do you say,
bro? You can dissect. You can read a coverage. You can dissect anything all you want, bro. You cannot throw the ball, bro. You can't throw the ball, bro. You can't. You cannot throw the ball.
Obviously, Mr. Flan here. Is a hater. Okay, I gave you your love about Mr. Scat back here,
bro. Listen, bro. Like, okay, but like that's me being that's an honest assessment. Like, that's a very honest assessment about who I am. I didn't say I was a
okay. You got it,
type
brother.
of guy.
You got it, brother.
All right,
and I got the quarterback. I'll throw that ball to you out of the backfield, Mr. Scat back. All right, you don't need to.
That's probably the only way you're going to get your yards anyway. So, yeah.
All right, good.
That's the only way you can get your yards.
Okay, well, another reminder, obviously, to the fans, please continue to send these questions in to us. We love them. We love you guys for tuning in and sharing your opinions and your comments to us. So keep sending those in there for us. We are wrapping up the end of our segment here. Flan, any last words about Flan thoughts or whatnot, and anything you want to tell the fans?
Man, appreciate you, Mr. Fred Warner, for having me on, of course, and follow me on Instagram and
love it.
And tune in.
Tell the people your Instagram, your Twitter, all that. Yeah.
DFlan_12, Twitter DFlan12. Tap in. It's gonna be fun.
If you want to see where the Flan thoughts and all these other things are being conjured up, that's exactly where you need to follow him to be able to see that content. He might even add you to his close friends.
Yeah, you may make the cut,
which is exclusive content. If you're able to see that. And Flan, thank you so much for joining the show. You are just superb in every way, my friend.
Yes.
And
thank you, brother.
Yeah, thank you for joining. This has been a treat for me and the fans as well. For everyone, please subscribe to the podcast wherever you listen to podcasts, Apple, Spotify, YouTube, anywhere you get your podcasts. And thank you so much for joining on. We are signing off here from the Warner House. See you next time.
Be sure to subscribe anywhere you get your podcasts and to the Warner House on YouTube.